everyone, and welcome back to another different kind of episode of 3D Reviews. Today, we are going to be talking about the brand new released Jungle Cruise. I almost called it the Jungle Book, but it's not that, and the 3D is much better in here than it is in the Jungle Book. I'm going to gush about this movie first, and then I'll get into the 3D, so if you don't give a shit about my thoughts about the movie, and you just care about the 3D, then I'll just put a timestamp to when I talk about the 3D. Got a little bit out of focus there. That's pretty cool. I had no expectations for it. I actually didn't really care. The trailers didn't super excite me, but I saw a review by a really great movie reviewer. His name is Jeremy Johns. You should go check him out if you get the opportunity. IGN actually I think they gave it an 8. Jeremy Johns gave it a pretty good review, and he said it's basically like a callback to those 90s adventure movies. He equated it to The Mummy, and I absolutely love The Mummy, the Brendan Fraser one, not the really terrible, awful, dark universe Tom Cruise one that's never going to get a follow-up to. And I absolutely love adventure movies like that. You guys know I love Journey to the Center of the Earth, and if there's a movie like that, I'm going to be there. And I just got back from seeing this movie for the second time. I love this movie. This hit all the right chords. This is just like those classic adventure films, but in the modern era. It truly is. You have the over-the-top German villain, you've got the undead dudes, you've got all this mystical stuff and these crazy action adventure tropes. It is absolutely such a fun ride. Literally a ride. It's based off of the Disney World ride. I've never been on it. I don't know anything about it, so I don't know what exactly is a callback. I believe that they used some of the soundtrack from the ride in this movie, or they reorchestrated it, by James Newton Howard. The score for this movie is absolutely freaking phenomenal. Everything about this movie just hit the right chord with me. I haven't been this excited and bombastic about a movie in a very long time, and I think this is the movie with such a whole bunch of bad news coming out about the pandemic, the fight against COVID-19, and just generally having a really shitty time in my life in general recently. This is exactly what I needed. I can't stress enough, even if you can't end up seeing this in 3D, you've got to see this movie. I really hope it gets a 3D Blu-ray release, but even if it doesn't, I will definitely be picking up the Blu-ray because I want to share this movie with everyone. It is just so much fun. I loved every second of it. I loved all the really terrible puns that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says in this movie. By the way, Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt and her brother McGregor, who the actor's name I can't remember, but I'm going to put it on the screen. They were all just phenomenal. You can tell that everyone was having a blast making this movie. I hope it's a success. I hope it does really well. Not because I want them to rush out and make a sequel, but because I want it to be known that adventure movies like this can still work. I would love to see more of them. It's just, unfortunately, no IMAX 3D release, and honestly, I didn't even think I was going to be able to see this in 3D. I thought, much like with, I believe, Space Jam was supposed to have a 3D release and didn't, and there were several shots in Space Jam that allude to this was designed for 3D, and this movie has several shots as well. The 3D is very, very well done. If you've seen this in 2D, then you probably noticed several moments where you're like, this was clearly designed for 3D, or this shot was set up for a nice 3D moment. There's a lot of pop out in this movie. There's a moment towards the beginning where there's a stick coming right out of the screen, right into your face, just a few inches from your nose. There's a lot of stuff done with snakes. There's a lot of flinch-worthy 3D moments. Not cringe-worthy, flinch-worthy. Stuff just going, bah, right in your face. And that's truly something special when you can get the audience, especially me, to flinch, because I've seen so many 3D movies, but when they get you to flinch, you know it's really, really good. There's a lot of depth, a lot of high up places. They like to do this thing where it's a bird's eye view and it's pointed directly straight down, and of course you get a lot of layering because you're out in the jungle and there's a lot of characters and things and stuff going on. Lots of pop out, very deep. This movie, I say it comes about as close to a perfect movie for me as possible, and it might just be that. Like I said, I've seen it twice, and I'm already ready to go back and watch it again, and I really cannot wait to get this on Blu-ray. I really hope this movie comes out on 3D Blu-ray. I will get it immediately. I do not care. And I will buy it. If it only comes out in 2D, I'll buy it in 2D. I just really want to express how much I love this movie. The 3D was fantastic. I'm glad that I was able to see it. With that being said, I think that's going to wrap this 3D review up. Guys, go see it in 3D if you have the chance. It kind of feels like it's getting a super limited 3D release, but it is being released in 3D, and especially here in the States, which is a pretty big deal. So go see it in 3D if you can. If you can't see it in 3D, just watch it in general. Trust me, you are going to love this movie. It's an absolute blast. I had a field day with it, and that's it. I guess closing remarks. Obviously, you guys stay safe. Get your vaccines. It is so incredibly important now more than ever to get vaccinated. And thank you guys for checking this video out, and you all have a great day.